Hey, what's up guys, this is Thunderstruck115, and today I have got another top 5 zombies video, and in today's top 5, we are going to be looking at the top 5 worst Mega Gobblegums in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, a couple things I want to mention is we are currently on the road to Black Ops 4, and it's just over a month away, and I am getting really excited, so to help generate hype for that, I'm going to be uploading a bunch of top 5s between now and the release of Black Ops 4, so there's that. Also, another thing I want to mention is pretty soon you might notice a decrease in the amount of content I upload simply because tomorrow I start school again, so there's that gonna be getting in the way. And another thing is, I know in my top 5 best Mega Gobblegums video, I excluded ultra rare megas because those made the majority of the list when I first made it, so I had to separate the two lists. However, in this, there's going to be no such limitation. It's going to be any Mega Gobblegum. If you have to spend Liquid Divinium to get it, it's eligible for consideration. But other than that, let's go ahead and get to this top 5. So coming in at our number 5 spot, we have Bored to Death. And what this does is, whenever you rebuild a barrier, any zombies nearby will just instantly die. Now, the thing is, I don't really know of anybody that really repairs the barriers on those high rounds, and if you just have to sit there, it's kind of a big risk, especially once you get all of the barriers built and then you have to escape. And to be honest, there are a couple other ways that you could easily kill zombies. Now, the only reason why this didn't make it higher on the list is simply because Bored to Death can kill zombies on those super high rounds, but I mean in Black Ops 3 you can literally put double pack-a-punch on any bullet weapon, and it kind of makes this Gobblegum useless, so for those reasons I have to put it in the number 5 spot. And moving on down to our number 4 spot, we have Secret Shopper. I'm trying to understand why this is an ultra rare mega, because it really doesn't deserve to be it. What it does is, when you pop this Gobblegum for 10 minutes, you can go up to any wall buy and purchase ammo for any gun that you have from that wall buy. So like, if you have a Dingo, you could go and purchase ammo from the Vesper wall buy or any wall buy. Now, there are a couple reasons why I don't think this should be an ultra rare mega. The first reason is you cannot get ammo for wonder weapons, so the bows, the KT-4, the Apothecary Servant, none of that. You can't get ammo for those. Another reason is because there is another Gobblegum that is much better than this, and it is a classic. It's called Alchemical Antithesis, and why would you use this Mega Gobblegum, this ultra rare mega that you only have a limited amount of and is really hard to get, when you could use a classic Gobblegum that's completely free, you have an unlimited amount of, and honestly just works completely better, especially considering you can get wonder weapon ammo with that Gobblegum. Honestly, they really should have swapped the rarity between Alchemical Antithesis and Secret Shopper. I think Secret Shopper would have been good as a classic Gobblegum, but it should not be an ultra rare mega. And for that reason, I do have to put that in our number 4 spot. Now, coming in our number 3 spot, we have Burned Out. Now, what this thing does is it's basically if Widow's Wine and the Blast Furnace Double Pack-a-Punch upgrade had a child, this would be it. What it is you get hit, and it emits that Blast Furnace effect, where any zombies around you will just instantly burn up. Here's my problem with this. There's only 2 uses for this Gobblegum. You get hit twice, and it's completely gone. Then you'll have to hit the Gobblegum machine to get another, and with the AI in Black Ops 3 zombies, like, in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, and World at War, you could run past the horde really close to it and not get hit. In Black Ops 3, if you, like, graze the side of the horde, you just go down because the zombies just hit you so fast, and because you get hit so fast and so often, it really renders this Gobblegum useless. And the only time that I'd ever really use it is if I'm doing a strategy, like I'm camping on the catwalk on the giant, because really that would be the only time it would really be useful. And honestly, if they did want to do this, it should not be a mega because of how useless this thing is. This would have been better as a classic. Like, I think Infinite Warfare did a better version, where basically you had 10 uses of that per card activation, and it was a classic, or fake card, which is basically the same as a classic. But honestly, it should not be a mega in this game, because of how useless it is. It might save your life, but most of the time, it's just only going to kill like a few zombies instead of like a whole train like you wanted to. And that's the reason why I have to have it in our number 3 spot. And coming in our number 2 spot, we have a Gobblegum released with Zetsubou No Shima, and that is Unbearable. here's what this thing does. You hit the box, you get guns, but then you hit the box and you get the teddy bear. Normally the box would go away, but instead what it does is it just resets the box cycle, so you could hit it a couple more times before it actually moves. So the way the box works is, like, the first 4 hits you will always get a weapon. Then the next couple of hits, it's a 15% chance to get a teddy bear. Then after that, it's a 30% chance to get a teddy bear. Then it's a 50% chance to get a teddy bear until the box moves, and then it just resets. Well, basically this just resets that cycle when you get a teddy bear, but it causes the box to not move. But the thing is, this Gobble Gum's completely pointless because, well, how is it benefiting you? You don't have to spend a minute just walking around the map to get to the next box location. Like, I mean, I know there are some really crappy box locations, but this really doesn't justify the use of it, especially when there's a Gobble Gum of the same rarity called Immolation Liquidation that is by far much better and will get you the box literally wherever you want. And you can get a whole bunch of free hits, or almost free hits, on the box. Whereas this, same rarity, but, you know, it just doesn't move the box at all. Not really useful. Honestly, I'd say even Respin Cycle is more useful than this. And for those reasons, it has to come in at our number 2 spot. Now, before I get into the number 1 spot, I do have one honorable mention, which is Licensed Contractor. Now, at the launch of Black Ops 3, this is probably one of the most useless Gobble Gums. Basically, all it does is it just spawns 3 Carpenter power-ups. But, however, nowadays, it's not that bad, simply because you can get 600 points from it. Back in the day, when the Gobble Gums used to cost 500 points, you could only get like a total of 100 because the other 500 would go to earning back what you spent on the Gobble Gum in the first place. Also, Carpenters are just useless in Black Ops 3 anyways, but there is one thing, or 2 things actually, that save it, and that is on Moon. If you pop a Licensed Contractor, you can take the hacker device and hack it for 5,000 points to turn it into a max ammo. And also on Shangri-La, if you want to get the monkeys to take it, you can have it change it into something more useful. You probably want to save a zombie at the end of the round though, because having to fight off the zombies while trying to chase down the monkey on Shang is just really super annoying. But for those reasons, it's only an honorable mention in the list. And ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a Gobble Gum introduced to Zombies Chronicles that is super useless called Board Games. And all this thing does is, for 5 rounds, you go up to a barrier, you repair 1 board, and it just repairs them all. It sounds like a good idea on paper, but in practice, it's not useful at all. Reason is, in Black Ops 3, the zombies just tear through the barriers like they're made of fucking paper. It's just so useless. Like, what you're gonna do? You're just slowing down the zombies for literally like 3 seconds? Not very useful. This would have been better in World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. Or you know what would have been better than this? If instead it made the barriers out of iron, like the one purple perk in Black Ops 2 that made the barriers out of iron, and it made the zombies have to take a lot longer to tear through them. That would have been a much more useful Gobble Gum, and to be honest, is there really anybody here that seriously repairs the barriers after round 5 unless they're waiting for their teammate to do something at the end of the round and they got nothing better to do? I don't think so. Like, the only map I'd ever see this being useful on would be Nocturne and Totem because of how small it is and how little there is to do on it. But it's just completely pointless. I really don't see why you ever run this Gobble Gum, and it has to come in at our number 1 spot. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for some more. Also, comment below what other Gobble Gums are mega that you think are completely useless. And if you have any ideas for a top 5, let me know in the comments below. But that's it. Peace, and Black Ops 4 hype.